In the dark waters off the Horn of Africa, two U.S. Navy warships found themselves surrounded by over 200 Somali pirates. What began as a routine patrol turned into one of the most shocking confrontations in modern naval history. This is the story of how 240 pirates dared to take on the United States Navy, and what happened next would shock the world. For years, the coast of Somalia has been one of the most dangerous maritime zones on Earth. Piracy in this region started in the early 2000s when Somali fishermen, angry about foreign ships exploiting their waters, decided to fight back. But over time, that fight turned into something far more sinister. Armed gangs began hijacking cargo ships, oil tankers, and even humanitarian vessels, demanding millions in ransom. By 2010, Somali pirates had attacked more than 200 ships, terrorizing one of the busiest trade routes in the world. But one group of pirates decided to go beyond greed. They wanted to make a name for themselves. And their target was the U.S. Navy. It was early morning when two American destroyers, USS Bulkley and USS Bainbridge, were conducting an anti-piracy patrol near the Somali coast. The sea was calm, and the crew had no idea what was coming. Suddenly, radar screens lit up with dozens of unidentified contacts. At first, they assumed they were small fishing boats. But as the vessels drew closer, the crew realized they were heavily armed skiffs, moving fast and closing in from multiple directions. 240 pirates, armed with AK-47s, RPGs, and machine guns, were preparing to attack. The Navy immediately went to battle stations. Sirens blared across the deck. Sailors sprinted to their positions. Machine guns were loaded, missiles were armed, and defensive systems powered up. The commanding officer of the USS Bulkley gave one simple order over the radio. "Weapons free. Engage all hostiles." Moments later, the first shots rang out. Tracer rounds sliced through the air as the pirates opened fire, hoping to intimidate the massive warships. But the U.S. Navy was ready. The destroyers responded with controlled bursts from 50-caliber machine guns, tearing through the pirate boats with precision. The sea erupted in chaos. The pirates tried to surround the ships using a swarm attack, closing in from all sides. Some fired RPGs, but the warship's advanced defense systems intercepted them before impact. Others tried to approach from blind spots, hoping to climb aboard, but the Navy's superior fire control systems and radar-guided weapons made that impossible. Within minutes, the pirates were losing boats faster than they could coordinate. Then, from the deck of the USS Bainbridge, a Seahawk helicopter launched into the sky. From above, it circled the battle, scanning the waves with infrared sensors. The pilot fired warning shots, then targeted pirate skiffs that refused to back down. Explosions lit up the dark ocean as burning debris scattered across the waves. After nearly 40 minutes of intense combat, the pirates began retreating. Smoke and fire filled the air, and the ocean was littered with wreckage. Dozens of pirate vessels were destroyed, and many survivors tried to flee into open water. The U.S. Navy ships shifted strategy, from defense to capture. Navy SEALs and Marines deployed in small RHIB boats chasing down the remaining pirates. Within hours, more than 80 were captured alive, their weapons confiscated, and their so-called motherships seized. When the smoke cleared, it became clear just how one-sided the battle had been. The U.S. Navy had suffered no casualties. Not a single warship was damaged. The pirates, who thought they could overwhelm American firepower with numbers, had learned a brutal lesson. The incident sent shockwaves through the world's pirate networks. The message was clear. The United States Navy would not be intimidated. In the months that followed, the Navy and its allies intensified their operations, launching a massive anti-piracy mission known as Operation Ocean Shield. International patrols increased, and advanced surveillance made it nearly impossible for pirates to operate freely. Within a few years, piracy in the region dropped by nearly 90%. Trade routes were secure again, and the Gulf of Aden was no longer ruled by fear. For the sailors aboard those ships, the memory of that day would never fade. They didn't fight for recognition or glory. They fought to protect innocent lives and defend the freedom of the seas. One officer later said, "We didn't fight for medals. We fought so others could sail safely home." In the end, the pirates who thought they could take on the might of the United States Navy were proven wrong. 240 men in small boats faced two destroyers and lost. The ocean remembers everything, every wave, every battle, every act of courage. And this one, when 240 Somali pirates attacked 2 U.S. Navy ships, will be remembered as the day the Navy showed the world why it rules the seas. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible true military stories. Until next time, stay safe and stay strong.